The Xabi Alonso era at Real Madrid has officially begun. And one of the first things that a manager does when he comes to a new club is he evaluates his squad. He looks at each player and figures out whether they're a part of his plans or not. So I think that it makes sense for us to tier rank every single player to figure out whether Real Madrid should keep them or sell them over this summer window. Because what we've seen over the last season is that some of these guys are just not good enough. And we have new players coming in, such as Dean Huijsen and Trent Alexander-Arnold, alongside other players that the club might sign. And we got to clear out space. So we're going to go through each player and we're going to rank them. So I need you guys to get in that comment section and let me know what you think. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Let's get it. So we have 4 tiers that we're going to use to assess each player. We have keep, listen to offers, force out the club, and contract is expiring, because there are a few players that are going to be leaving regardless because we're not going to be extending them. So there's no point to talk about hypotheticals with them. Now, obviously, right, keep is pretty self-explanatory. Listen to offers means that I would keep them, but if I hear a good enough bid, I would sell them. Force out the club means you have no future here. Pack your bags. Wallahi, you are finished. That's what that means, okay? So let's just get straight into it. Now, first player that we have, Jacobo. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't know if I would force him out of the club. I think I would just listen to offers, right? I view Jacobo as like a 5th choice center back, and you do need a player that's willing to just come off the bench and play his role, right? I think that's him. Now, he is from the academy, and now that Xabi Alonso is here, right? Xabi Alonso coached him when he was like 13 years old. So maybe Xabi can transform this guy into a better defender than what we saw over this past season. But if I'm Florentino Perez, I'm definitely going to be listening to offers for Jacobo. Next player, Asensio, keep. I'm not selling Raul Asensio, okay? We're not getting rid of the Sergio Ramos region, okay? This guy was our best defender this season. His potential is through the roof. He is a baller. He's good aerially. He's good in 1v1s. He's an aggressive defender as well. Ball-playing center back, right? Very comfortable with the ball at his feet. His passing range is fantastic. I would be keeping him. I wouldn't even be listening to offers. When I say keep, chat, you know when you play FIFA and when you get an offer for one of your players and you can just block all offers for that particular player, that's what keep means. Keep means I'm not even entertaining offers for that player that's put in this category. Asensio is a must-stay for this season at Real Madrid. Next, Arda Güler. Keep. Come on now. This guy's potential is through the roof. I think Arda Güler is a generational kind of player. The only reason that he hasn't reached his full potential is that Carlo Ancelotti didn't use him enough. He didn't get enough game time to really perform. But you saw this season, right? Yeah, he didn't play well every time he got minutes, but he's shown us a lot of flashes, and I'm very excited to see what Xabi Alonso does with this player. I think Arda Güler is going to be like Xabi Alonso's new version of Florian Wirtz. I remember when a lot of people wanted to sign Florian Wirtz. I'm like, brother, why would I sign Florian Wirtz when I have Arda Güler? Arda Güler is phenomenal. One of the best passers in the team, has a good shot on him as well, can create, can link play. He is very, very good. I keep an Arda Güler. Come on now. Next, we got Fran Gonzalez. I'm going to put him in and listen to offers, right? Didn't really play. Only got, one game this past season. We lost, but he didn't play that bad. Again, he's a 3rd choice goalkeeper. Again, you do need one of those. He's from the academy. I don't really care if he leaves or not, but I would listen to offers for him, right? I wouldn't just outright force him out the club because, again, you do need a player that is willing to be the 3rd choice goalkeeper, and so far, that's him. Now, Courtois, keep. Best goalkeeper in the world. Our best player this past season. He's the reason that, for as shit as we were, we were still involved in the title race. He's the reason that we went deep in a lot of these competitions. This guy bailed us out countless times. Big save after big save after big save after big save. It was actually ridiculous how much he carried us. I'm surprised that this guy's back hasn't broke yet. But yeah, obviously I'm keeping Thibaut Courtois. There's no goalkeeper in the world that can replace him and I think could do a job just as well as he can. So keep Courtois. Now, Camavinga, keep. I think Camavinga's coming off of a pretty mediocre season. He didn't really play that well, was always injured. But I think underneath Xabi Alonso in the system that he likes to run, Camavinga, I view him as more of an 8. I think he's more of an 8 than a 6 because he's so good on the ball that limiting him to just being a 6 doesn't really make too much sense. I think Camavinga needs to be kept. There's a lot of rumors there, right? I know that he's being linked to Man City and other clubs, but I think it would be a mistake to sell him right now. Even though he was trash last season, let's just see what he does moving forward. So I would definitely keep him. Rudiger, keep. Look, I know that he had a down year by his standards, but I think he still has a lot to offer. He's just coming off the surgery as well. Hopefully, he's going to be nice and healthy for the start of the next season. But he's very important to Real Madrid. He's a leader in that locker room as well, leader in that defense. I would definitely keep Rudiger. Lucas Vazquez, his contract is expiring, so we're going to put him here. But even if it wasn't expiring, he's one of those players that needs to be forced out of the club. This guy is just not good enough. And it's not his fault, right? The guy should not be playing right back. He's a right winger. But even, look, you got to do with the minutes that you're given. And he didn't do a lot. So, yeah, he's leaving anyways. But if it wasn't for that, he would definitely be in the force out the club. Now, Jude, automatic keep. Come on now. This guy is one of the best players in the world. Phenomenal midfielder. All around, can do whatever you need. I think Jude Bellingham this season, right, obviously didn't play like he did in his debut, but that's because he had a different role. His all-around game is phenomenal. One of the best midfielders in the world. You got to keep Jude Bellingham. Danny Carvajal, I would keep him. He only has 1 year left on his contract. He's coming off of a big ACL injury, and I think more than likely he's going to be leaving next season. But now that we have Trent coming in, him and Carvajal being our right back options is actually pretty good in my opinion. So, yeah, I would keep Danny Carvajal. Now, Lunin, I would listen to offers. I don't want to sell Lunin because I think he's a very good goalkeeper. We saw what he did a few seasons ago when Courtois tore his ACL. Lunin was arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. If it was not for Lunin, I don't think that we make the UCL final. I don't know if we even win La Liga. This guy was phenomenal. But he's not going to get that many opportunities with Courtois being fit, right? So I would put Lunin in the listen to offers because I think we can get good money for him. And if a club puts in a high enough bid, I would cash in on him, okay? We got Courtois here. And, you know, Courtois, he can play until he's 40 years old at this level. And I don't think Lunin would just want to wait around that long to see what happens. So I would listen to offers, but I would prefer to keep him, if that makes sense. Next, Eder Militao, force out the club. Brother, you are cooked. The ACL injuries that you have suffered over these past 2 seasons, I no longer think that Eder Militao can play at the highest level and go back to being his best, okay? I think that this guy is going to remain injury prone, and I would like us to be able to bring in another defender this summer. Hopefully Saudi comes in for him or something, but Eder Militao, I just don't really have high hopes on. Now, the good thing about next season is that it's a World Cup year. And a lot of these players are going to want to make that World Cup. So you can force a lot of them out by telling them, if you don't leave, you're not going to play for us. And if you want to make the World Cup, you have to play. So that might force these players to leave. I think Militao is somebody that the club needs to be getting rid of, okay? Next, we got Tchouaméni. Keep. No-brainer. One of the best DMs in the world. Was pretty mediocre at center back. But when Carlo stopped being stubborn and played him in the midfield, he was fantastic. One of our better players at certain parts of the season. Brings that physicality, is an aerial threat as well, breaks up play, has a good reading of the game. Tchouaméni is a very good player. I would like to see him stay at the club, so I would definitely keep him. Ceballos, I would listen to offers. Wouldn't mind him staying as a backup, but if a good enough bid comes in, I would like to probably sell Danny Ceballos. He had a decent season for us. He had a nice little purple patch for like a month where he was phenomenal. But overall, I don't think he's good enough. And I would like the club to sign another midfielder. So we would have to look at getting rid of one of them, if that does make sense. Mbappe, obviously keep. I mean, come on. The guy is the best striker in the world. The Golden Boot winner for Europe. The Pichichi winner in La Liga. And he was mid for half of the season. Imagine what he will do when he's not struggling to find form and trying to adjust in the first half of the... This guy Mbappe is going to cook. One of the best players in the world. You obviously have to keep him. I mean, we wouldn't really got to talk too much about that. Next, Jesus Vallejo. Yeah, his contract is expiring. If it was not, I would put him in the force out the club. Look, big up to Vallejo. The guy lived the dream. He's been at Real Madrid for a decade. And he's nowhere near the level to be here. So, fair enough, right? I don't blame him for milking it for as long as he can, but it's time to go, okay? He is out of here. Vallejo, goodbye, okay, brother? Next, Brahim, I would listen to offers. I don't think Brahim's all that. I think this past season, I think you can get good money for Brahim. I think you can get like 50 million for Brahim Diaz, possibly. I think there's a team out there that would be willing to pay some money for him, and I would be willing to listen to it. But yeah, rotational player, decent off the bench, right? More of an impact sub. Had some good games this season, but definitely if a good offer comes in, he can go. Now, Valverde, come on now. Are you kidding me? I would rather sell my left kidney before I sell Fede Valverde. Are you mad? Okay, this guy, one of our most important players. Absolute monster in that midfield. Can play so many different positions. Stepped up for us last season. He is untouchable. Somebody even called me about Valverde. I would just laugh and hang up the phone. It's nothing else to be said. Are you mad? Vinicius, obviously, in my opinion, is a must keep. I know that some of you guys would listen to the offers. I know a lot of you guys are actually Vinicius out. I am not Vinicius out. I would like to see Vinicius underneath Xabi Alonso. And I know that Saudi Arabia got a huge bag for us if we sell him. But I just think we shouldn't be getting rid of some of the best players in the world. I know that the second half of the season, he was pretty mid. But I don't want him to go right now. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely be keeping him. Who is this? David Alaba? Force out the club. This guy is is he our highest earner, or no. He's behind Mbappe. Mbappe is our highest paid player. David Alaba's got to be top 3 highest paid players at Real Madrid. He got an absolute bag when he joined from Bayern. But this guy is not good enough, okay? This guy has only given us one good season, and then he's always injured, and then when he's back from injury, he's been pretty mediocre. He needs to be forced out the club. He makes way too much money for what we're getting back. It does not benefit us to keep this guy. I would be forcing him out of the club. Him and Militao, they have to go, in my opinion. Next, Fran Garcia. You know what? Fran Garcia, to be honest, I would force out the club. I don't think he's good enough. Now, I like Fran Garcia, but I just don't want him at Real Madrid anymore, just to be very honest. I think he's a good rotational piece, but overall, I think there's just better left backs that we can go out there and get. And you can get some decent money for Fran Garcia as well. Now, his other left back partner, Mendy, I would listen to offers. Now, he's fallen off quite a bit. Not as good as he was defensively. And I don't know who would come in for him. But I'd keep him just because of what he offers defensively. But I would listen to offers. Next, Luka Modric, absolute legend. Contract's expiring. If it wasn't, I would be keeping him. You know what, matter of fact, I would be keeping Luka Modric. I know that the club have already confirmed that he's leaving, but I would have given Luka Modric one more season, okay? The guy is phenomenal. Was one of our better midfielders this season. Created a lot of big chances, brought calmness to that midfield. And again, I know that he's leaving, but I would keep him if it was up to me. These two guys, Vasquez and Vallejo, I would not have kept them. That's why they're on contract expiring. You feel me? And why I didn't really make all right. But Modric, I would keep him. But he is leaving, sadly. Endrick, I would listen to offers. Now, I would not listen to permanent transfers. Loan offers, yes. I think Endrick can do with a loan, okay? I don't think that he's played as well as I thought he would when he was given more opportunities. He's still a very raw striker. He's shown us his flashes, but I would listen to a loan offer. I would not sell him. Loan offers, okay? That's what I would do. Now, last player, the New Delhi Messi, Rodrygo, my favorite player at the club. But to be honest, I would listen to offers. I would like to see him underneath Xabi Alonso. But if Arsenal or Man City or Chelsea, if somebody comes in with a bid of like 100 M's, we'd be crazy to turn that down, right? Because you can use that money to then reinvest into other positions, maybe get an aerial threat striker off the bench or something like that. But when our front three is played together, it's just not worked. They've not been able to click. So, yeah, Rodrygo, in my opinion, I would listen to offers, but I would like to keep him. But I want to know what you guys are saying about my tier, right? Do you agree with some of these players? And let me know. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Holla Madrid!